Good morning to everybody. The FutureTrend channel is again with you, and this morning is 26th of February, and probably the main topic of today is rising demand for risky assets and subsiding risk aversion fears. And probably the reason of such kind of situation is the readiness of the United States and Chinese authorities to tackle the problem of trading wars between the nations. Anyway, the time will show how deep this kind of process could go. But at the moment, the risky currencies are on the downside, like Japanese yen or Swiss franc, and of course, such currencies like Canadian dollar or the Australian dollar or New Zealand dollar, all the currencies involved in current negative process initiated by the United States, I mean the protectionist policies, of course, all of them are on the rising path this morning. Anyway, let's see first of all our analysis of major currencies. As you can see, the euro dollar are on the upside at the moment, but from a point of view of nearest future, we have to say that the pair should break, from technical point of view, of course, the pair should break above its kind of near-term critical resistance zone around 124.45.50. A break above this kind of level from technical point of view should refocus market's attention on the current highs of this year around 125.55. Longer term, we still continue to target the longer term downtrend in the currency, which we can see on the weekly chart. And today, this kind of trend line intersects around 126.30. Let's see that. Here is the longer term downtrend, and it lies today around 126.30. So probably for the short term traders, this kind of level is the short term objective of its long term longer strategies in the pair. The dollar yen, although we sold the currency at 105.20, we have to acknowledge the fact that from a point of view of continuous political scandal prevailing in Japan, you know, this kind of scandal associated with Japanese Prime Minister cronyism, Shinzo Abe. Anyway, here the situation could change quietly fast, and the situation could be quite different in case of reducing political tensions. But all in all, tomorrow will show us this, because tomorrow is the day when one of the persons which are very close to Japanese Prime Minister will be asked by Japanese Parliament tomorrow. And what else? The sterling are on the upside at the moment, as you know. Now the Brexit transition agreement finally approved between the European and the UK policymakers, and of course it's a big plus for the future rise of the UK currency, sterling. And that means that probably during even this week we could retest the highs of this year around 123.45. But we don't be a little bit fast in our kind of conclusion. Don't forget about 200 weekly line. From technical point of view, it's also a very important trading line, and we still trade below this line, which at the moment intersects around as you can see, around 142.69. And finally, the dollar Swiss, where we still pursue our short-term strategy. although we pursue this kind of strategy, we should acknowledge the Swiss franc is very, very weak on the crosses at the moment, and probably the United